Hello.
Hello, Richard. So nice.
Great to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Welcome.
It's really nice to see you in person because obviously we've spoken on the phone, haven't we?
Yes,
a few
exactly.
Times, but
yeah.
I found the science really interesting.
Yeah.
And was there stuff that you learnt from the video and I suppose from the campaign in itself?
Looking at the Shaping Us campaign and reading some of the science behind it, it really challenged my thinking. And it made me think what more we can do personally as a parent, but also actually as a business.
And that's the thing, is that so many of your employees, but also customers, their parents, their grandparents, we all know that it's important to look after their well-being because those are the people that are raising children today.
Yeah, exactly right. And we've got a role and responsibility as a business to help as best we can by giving away vouchers, trying to freeze the price of our £1 lines. Those are so important to our customers, some of whom are really struggling to make ends meet.
It's really important that all of us are supporting the most vulnerable in our communities, and particularly now, yes, when they're all struggling, the community support is needed now more than ever.
It absolutely challenged my thinking because I had an awareness that, early years are important, but I had no idea just how important they are. Things that are so important in terms of interacting with people, having conversations and ultimately running a business.
Yeah.
It's about empathy, it's about persistence. They're those key skills that we learn at a young age. We say we're a family business because we were started by mum and dad 53 years ago, but actually I say we're a business of families.
And that's the thing, is so many of your stores are acting as those sort of champions for the communities, aren't they, in a way, because you're there as sort of this galvanising place as well for them to come and meet and connect with each other.
We really have a lot that we can do and a big role that we can play to every aspect of society, but of course especially to the early years and to the next generation.
Absolutely. Do you feel that this is sort of where businesses are going to go and sort of investing in the communities that they serve?
Yeah, I hope so. I think businesses and business leaders need to change. We're very much on the high street, embedded in communities, and that's why we see and feel and hear a lot of the issues that are faced today. We've got our 30,000 colleagues, we've got our 5 million customers. We're many different things to many different people, and I think businesses that will survive in the future are the ones that recognise those responsibilities to all those different stakeholders. Learning about the Shaping Us campaign is like there is definitely more that we can do and that we want to do.
Do you hear time and time again that these soft skills, the creativity, the collaboration, the sort of the critical thinking, the flexibility, the resilience, these are things that you'd hear time and time again that businesses are looking for. And it's really interesting seeing how actually, if you work back about how so often the foundations for those skills are built in the earliest years of our lives.
Absolutely, yeah. Stores like this where it's all about communicating, it's about working together as a family, but also making sure that our colleagues in this store are supported as best they can.
And I think that's one of the really sort of key parts here, that where businesses can play their role. All of that's founded on building relationships, not only internally, colleague to colleague, but also with your customers as well. The foundations of leading and building those relationships comes from early years experience.
Exactly, and that's the key word, relationships. So you think, what can business do with regards to early years? Well, it's all about relationships, and it's about those social and emotional skills, and actually our business is built on relationships. It's all about people.
What sorts of things are you as a business looking at or would like to consider in the future?
Working with you, working with the campaign, it's sort of prompted our thinking. We've come up with a visual aid to try and help young kids when they're struggling with emotions. If the kids are feeling happy or sad or silly, and we want to kind of tap into that sort of language to try and unlock a dialogue.
Really inspiring, and this is the thing, is around normalising those emotions, giving the parents, your customers here, or even your employees, the okay to talk about emotions in the first place. A lot of parents, we've heard time and time again, feel judged, and often in the spaces where they spend most time.
Places like in here.
In the supermarkets.
Yeah.
But actually they've got other families and other people, other members of the community there, feeling like they're judging them, and actually the patience part actually probably comes into that, and just say, please be understanding.
Yeah, normalising it and sort of saying it's a safe space and it's okay, and there are many different emotions, all of which are acceptable.
Yeah.
And then we have like a monthly calendar now, so we can talk about things like the menopause or mental health or all these different issues that affect our family of 30,000,
There is this sort of shift. There are more people now talking about mental health, it is becoming less stigmatised. There's obviously still lots more work we need to do. I suppose the next part of the challenge is how do we talk about it?
Yeah.
You know, what are these types of conversations that need to happen that doesn't over-medicalise our emotional worlds, that normalises it?
Yeah.
And I think the social and emotional regulation for all of us, understanding our emotions and feelings, what can we do in order to manage those things that all of us go through on a day-to-day basis. My hope would be that more businesses follow suit and have things like emoji posters so we can build a sort of more compassionate, empathetic society.
That's what we need. That's the dream.
Honestly, thank you so much, because I really wanted to be here to sort of inspire business leaders like yourselves. You're already doing it.
It's absolutely right to tap into business. So we're right to be setting up a business council and looking at what business can do to try and engender this change.
Yeah, it's unlocking potential not only of children, but also of businesses like yourselves as well.
And that makes good business sense in the future as well.
Absolutely. Well, Richard, thank you so much. It's been great to chat to you and to be here as well.
It's been an absolute pleasure.